Yo! What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy, and this is Hunter x Hunter. That's right, we're still doing this show. We're still doing it, chat. We're at episodes 8 and 9. We're almost a 15th of the way through the show. When you think about it that way, that's crazy. Percentages, man. Wild. Anyway, show's fun so far. I'm really hoping we get some context for anything soon. But I really like the characters and I love the vibe. So let's keep going. If you want that full-length reaction, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly. But if you don't, stay here, because you're already here and this video is about to begin.
Hunter と呼ぶ.
They are known as hunters. Even if some of them are hunting those sweet treats. For such a little boy, he's got massive fucking feet, hey? Decision by majority. Ooh. Is this a like you have to vote people out kind of test?
この飛行船は間もなく目的地に到着いたします。
What is he holding on to? He just gripped her to the wall like fucking Spider-Man.
制限時間は72時間です。それでは。
72 hours? Where is the camera? You know what I mean? Like someone's filming this.
これくらい一流のロッククライマーならなんだかクリアできるぜ。
すっげー。
Sure.
どうやら三次試験の合格第1号は。
Is the tower about to like have a thing come out and knock him to his death? No, it's so much worse. It's a big murder. Oh God! What the fuck is that? Oh, yeah. The demon babies just ate that man. What the fuck is wrong with the author of this manga? Ugh. Okay. Hated that.
隠し扉を見つけたんだ。
Okay.
しかもこの扉たった1回しか使えないみたいなんだよな。
マジで？
さっき降りてった人の扉を。
Oh, so once someone uses it, could you like hug?
つまり扉は一人に
I
つき
mean,
一
Gon
つ
and
ずつ。
Killua could use one together. You know what I mean? They're tiny.
運も実力のうちってな。
Here's the thing. If it's a, like, hunter ending trap, this is just luck again. Like, there's no skill that goes into which door you choose. Which means it can't just be luck. There has to be a test on the other side. It can't just be a trap. That would be absurd. Leorio, my boy. Wait, that was very funny.
短い別れだったな。
That was quite a brief farewell. That was well done.
多数決で乗り越えなければならない。だってさ。
Interesting.
誰かこの部屋に降りてくるまで我々はここから出られないのではないか。
Is it gonna be fucking Tonpa?
たった一人のわがままは決して通らない難コース。
If it's fucking Tonpa, man.
待つしかないか。
Hey guys!
各自配置につけ。
What is going on? Playing with each other's toys. That's funny.
このまま誰も来ないで72時間経っちまったらどうすんだよ。
Also, what if you need to, like, take a shit? Like, 72 hours is just so long. Like, you're just setting people up to piss around your tower by not giving them a bathroom. Fuck. I called it and I'm not happy about it. Okay, that's pretty sick, though.
すまんすまん、俺だ。間違って押しちまった。
ふざけん。
Tonpa, I swear to God, Killua is a 11-year-old assassin, okay? We will sick that child on you.
行動学の見地からも人は迷ったり分かれ道を選ぶときには無意識に
Why aren't you guys talking before you vote?
試験官が左の法則を知っていれば左の道を難しくするだろう。
Sure, yeah.
なんだよここ。
Sick. What? Do they have to fight actual criminals?
解放されたぜ。
Seems wildly unethical, but okay. The logistics of like the ethics of this world are insane. And I know anime doesn't care about that, but like Hunter x Hunter is a insane world I do not want to live in.
諸君にはこれからここで彼ら5人と戦ってもらう。勝負は1対1。
Oh, interesting.
ルールは極めて単純だ。
ここでも多数決かよ。
Yeah, Laura, that's the whole thing we're doing.
彼らは1時間につき1年諸君を足止めした分だけ刑期が短くなる契約をしている。
Oh, interesting.
この勝負時間の駆け引きも重要となるわけだ。
I get that these are like magic fights and so they can go on for hours. But in the real world, this entire thing would take less than an hour. Like, fights just... In the real world, fights just don't last, right?
2勝2敗の場面で登場するような対象役を任せられるか。
それはもう。
Yeah. But you're also... If you hop over there, there's nothing they can do till you're done, so you can kill time. Fuck! This fucking guy.
大丈夫かなトンパさん。
Does anyone care if Tonpa-san's okay?
デスマッチを提案する。
デスマッチ
その勝負受けた。
Tonpa, what? Oh, this just got very different. This isn't about killing time anymore. This is... Tonpa, you can't fuck around, bud. Oh, he's got that dog in him. He also has that dog in him. Which dog wins?
は
今なんと。
俺が負けを認めればそっちの勝ち。
Yeah, I mean, those are the rules.
いいだろう。この勝負俺の勝ちだ。
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you know you're gonna lose the fight, that's the right way to handle it. Is to just give in immediately.
我々は全員72年分の刑期が短縮。
Reduced by 72 years. What crimes did you guys commit that you have that many years on that they're willing to release you?
俺がハンター試験に求めているのは合格じゃない。
Oh, he's just admitting it. Alright.
野心や希望が永遠に絶たれる一瞬の表情。次第にそれを見るのが。
Wow, that's so fucking weird and creepy, dude. That's so strange.
てめえ。
よせレオリオ。
だが
It's tough because if the Hunter organization was like better run, they would not allow him to do this every year.
時間稼ぎも奴らの狙いだとしたらおっちゃんの選択は正解だったかも。
Thank you, Kilowatt. Thank you. Yes.
あとは死なない程度に拷問されてたよ。残り時間ずーっと。
Okay, Kilowatt's version of it is way fucking darker than mine, but that's accurate, right?
残りの4人が2勝。
Serial bombings? We're gonna let this guy out? I guess actually no, you're only gonna cut 72 years off his sentence. So it doesn't actually matter.
どうやら次のやつは肉体派じゃなさそうだな。
Unless he's got bombs.
きとした犯罪者なんだからな。
うん分かってる。
Don also fought the old man last night. He was training. The old man was getting him ready.
次の対戦相手瀬戸監との勝負に待ち受けているものは
Also, who is the big blue guy? Okay. Damn. Fun. Ethically just a mess, but very fun. Tonpa being willing to just tell them, like straight up, this is what I do, is so fascinating to me because it means that the Hunter College, they know. Or the exam board, they know what he's doing and they tolerate it. They allow it. And that's fascinating to me. It's fascinating. It is one of those funny things in anime that is pervasive across sort of the whole genre of just completely illogical organizational structures. And I know people don't want to hear me talk about it because every time I bring it up about any anime, the fans of that anime get so mad and they try and justify it. But, like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's fine. It's fine that it doesn't. It impacts my enjoyment of the show zero, right? And it's about the themes, it's about the story, and it's about all those things. But it is just, it's so fascinating to me that there are so many shonens, particularly shonen anime that I've watched, where the, like, way in which the characters imagine their organizational structure and that they live within that organizational structure is so antithetical to their success and is just so casually comfortable with, like, death and sort of the callousness with which organizational structures in anime treat the value of human life versus the value with which most of the main characters in those animes treat a human life, right? You have a lot of these animes where, like, either they're children or they're really good-hearted people as the protagonist who don't kill and don't want to engage in death and, you know, kind of like Luffy in One Piece, have that idea that following your dreams is the true purpose of life and you don't really die unless you stop following your dreams, and that's beautiful. But then you kind of intersect that character against the organizations that they interact with that are just so happy to be like, 30 people died, but that doesn't matter. Who cares about 30 deaths, right? And it's just this, it's a genre thing that I find fascinating. I think that partially it's because anime is so reflective of anime, and these mangakas learn so much at the feet of the mangakas that they read growing up, right? And so there are some tropes in anime that are sort of generationally passed down, and that's why they're so pervasive across the genre. But yeah, it's just it's absolutely fascinating. These tests are so random. Like, and there's so, like, unless everyone is doing majority rules, which I don't think they are, right? The implication of the trick tower is that everyone kind of ends up in a different thing. You're not actually testing them for anything. You're just kind of hoping that the right person gets matched up with the right series of tests to get them to the point where they can become hunters, assuming that you need hunters, right? If you don't actually need hunters and this just happens to happen because it's tradition or whatever, then it kind of doesn't matter. But yeah, it's so wild, so funny. God, I fucking hate Tonpa, man. To derive pleasure from other people's pain like this, and to be so gleeful about it, it's just so sad. It's so pathetic. It's so, like, not human. And it's so lacking in humanity. And there are people like that, man. There's so many people that just enjoy winning, specifically when it is at the cost of someone else's happiness. And I just don't get it. I love competition, but I hate pain. You know what I mean? Like the people who are like football fans, like American football fans, and when their like rival team's quarterback gets hurt, they cheer for that. It's so gross. I want the New York Giants to win every Sunday. That would make me very happy. But I want them to win against a fully healthy other side. You know what I mean? I'm never going to cheer for injury, because that's not the sport. That's not the value of competition. That's meaningless, right? At the point where you're beating up on someone who's injured, you're not winning. And I think that it is a distinct lack of humanity in people who engage with that with joy. And it just makes me so sad, and it's so pathetic. And Tompa's an incredibly written character because of it, right? Like, I think that, barring my idea that I think the Hunter organization should have stepped in at some point in the last 33 years and not allowed this, the reality is there are people like that. Like, there are Tompas in the world. And I think that this caricature of him was done really well. He's not so... Yeah, I don't know. It's fascinating. I think he's a really well-written character. I think all the characters in the show are really well-written. I think it's why it works so well, right? I think it's why the show is as good as it is because you have these people interacting in very tense situations that maybe are ludicrous or whatever, but the way in which their personalities are being written into the individual tests and into these individual moments, and the way they're playing off of each other or bouncing into each other is very true to how quickly they were set up, but how successfully they were set up as characters. And I think that that's why the show works so well for me, is that they feel so distinct. And they're not like typical anime tropes, which I think is really interesting. I think that they really have found characters in everyone in this, and then built from there in a way that I just think is very successful. Let's find out who Gon is fighting, the serial bomber. Let's watch the next episode. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You can smile again. God, he can sing high, hey? You can fly away. God, that's up there. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. I was early. Can we beat him up instead of these prisoners?
トンパの思惑で一杯目を喫してしまう。
I feel like Killua's a guaranteed win here, right? So the question is, where do we get our other 2 wins?
いかなる戦いが始まるのだろう。
I wouldn't be surprised if Gon won. That way it's 1-1. Then the prisoners win. Then we need to win 2 in a row.
飛んだり走ったりは苦手なんだけどな。
あんまり考えたりするのは
But I'm not too good at... Oh god, this is the worst pair.
だがその裏を書いて短い方に仕掛けがあるのかも。
What if they're bombs?
ゆっくり決めてもらっていいよ。多数決とは言っても。
Gon, just go beat his ass. Just walk over there and whoop his ass. What are you doing? You fought that old man all night. Go beat the shit out of this guy. I know that's not ethical, but we're running out of time, and he's a little shrimpy dude.
やっぱり考えてなかったか。
まあ、
Well, alright.
それじゃ同時に火をつけよう。
From the prisoner's perspective, as long as you make it so that the candles don't burn for like an hour, you've kind of already won, right? Because this is just going to take for fucking ever. You're just going to stand there with a fucking candle burning. Guys, I would sit. If we're doing this for 5 to 6 hours. Gunpowder. He did not hide gunpowder. Maybe a very small amount.
違うね。用意していたろうそくをよ。
Yeah, it didn't matter. Gon, all you have to do is beat the shit out of him in the next 2 minutes. Put the candle down and just go.
ちょっとの風じゃ消えないってことだよね。勝ち。
Yes. What? What is this a test of? Oh my god. What a random way to win this test. God, you could have just walked over holding the candle. You could have done that at any point. Oh, okay. He looks less threatening than I thought he was going to. Although the Legend of Zelda Hearts is one thing. Multiple crimes including fraud and blackmail. Alright. Oh, those aren't hearts. Those... Alright. I mean, he was in jail for fraud and blackmail, so I don't think any of this is real, right?
それならば俺も相手が負けを認めるか死ぬかするまで戦うデスマッチを提案する。
Okay, guys, it's not a death match if surrender is an option. We need to stop using the word death match.
わかった。それでいい。
Did Kurapika just throw that into the abyss? Where did their cape just go?
あとは何かあるか。なければもう始めたいんだが。
Alright. Any other rules? You good to go?
まさか相当腕に自信があるのか？いや、そんな風には全く見えん。
No, he's just been through so much in the last week. You're not that scary.
どこがヤバそうなんだか。俺から見りゃ、あいつが人を殺すどころか、殴る度胸もない。
Huh. Yeah, it's all for show.
だってあいつ見てもゾクゾクしないもん。
なんじゃそりゃ。
Gon's got that killer instinct.
でやるぜ！来るぞ！
Come on, Kurapika, what do you got? Okay, he actually just punched through solid rock. This might be more dangerous than we thought.
12本の足を持つ雲の入れ墨。あれは
No way! He's from the fucking clan that killed Kurapika's people, right?
極悪非道と悪名高い盗賊団幻影旅団メンバーの
Oh shit! Oh, this dude's in so much trouble! Oh, Kurapika's about to beat the living hell out of him.
旅団の証この2つを同時に見せられて戦意を喪失しないもの
You can't see his eyes, it means he's really angry.
今なら俺様もそんな
Oh shit. The eyes.
あれ
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
俺のばっかり
My god. Can you imagine watching a 12-year-old kid just pick a grown man up and then slam his face into the ground so hard he bounces?
雲の中に団員ナンバーが刻まれている。
Oh, interesting.
3つ。二度と旅団の名を語らぬことだ。さもないと、私がお前を殺す。
Okay, the eye effect is fucking sick. Well done, animators. Alright, can Killua go next so we can be done? We don't even need to get to Leorio, right? Killua can crush whatever resistance might be left.
しかし、あの雲を見た途端、目の前が真っ赤になって。
まあ、無理もねえな。
Just don't get any spider tattoos. We'll be good. We'll be good.
普通の雲を見かけただけでも、逆上して性格が変わってしまうんだ。
Gon looks so excited. Everyone else has the right response, and Gon is like, "That's so cool."
むしろ喜ぶべきことかな。
クラピカには雲は見せないように。
We should keep Damn it. Kurapika is having this great emotional moment that's written so fucking well. But the show is funny enough that it pulls you out of it so fast. The show is a really wonderful understanding of tone.
私に考えがあるわ。
よし、最後はこの俺で決めるぜ。
Well, at least we know we win because Killua's gonna crush at the end.
次勝利すればこの難関はクリア。
Poor Leorio's gonna have to get his ass kicked first. Well done. I loved all the Kurapika stuff there. I thought that was fascinating. It's so interesting, right? Kurapika in a lot of ways to me is the main character who I'm most interested in this show. And I like Gon. I do like Gon quite a bit. But Gon's goals are just sort of... They're functional. Like, they allow him to be in the show, and it's enough. But even Gon's emotional connection to it is a little bit flippant at times. Whereas Kurapika has a goal that I very clearly understand, and is so deeply attached to that goal, and there are negative consequences to that goal, right? Like, the really interesting protagonists, in my opinion, are characters who their being the protagonist has both upside and downside. And Kurapika brings in this anger and this inability to, you know, be fully calm in this situation. They can be irrational. And I think that we will start to explore more of what, like, Gon's difficulties are and what holds them back. I just don't think the show's done much of that yet, other than maybe being naive. But the show has sort of said that their naivety doesn't really impact them that much because their instincts are so strong, right? And naivety is also just sort of... it goes hand in hand with being 11. You know what I mean? Like, it's not so much a character flaw as it is just people that age. There's no 11-year-olds that aren't naive. It just doesn't exist, right? You just haven't experienced enough life. And even if you are 11 and you're like, no, I'm a mature 11, you're gonna look back on that person when you're 12 and be like, wow. Or when you're 20 and you're gonna go, I don't even remember why I thought I was so mature. And then, you know, I'm 33 and I look at like 25-year-olds and I'm like, kids, man, kids these days. And they're 25, they're adults, they can rent a car, you know? They can have a master's degree at that point. But you grow up so much all the time, and you attain so much experience. And you know, there's a lot of people that think that maturity is divorced from experience, and in some ways it is, but in a lot of ways it isn't. You need to experience loss in order to understand it. You need to experience, and you can have that experience at any age, right? Obviously, there's a lot of people who lose people very young, and it gives them that. But Kurapika, as a character, has experienced so much. And so even though they are also a child, their connection to their end goal is so deeply fascinating. And it's interesting to me that they're not the main character of the show right now. Because they seem to have more of the trappings of like a main character. The being an orphan, having the revenge quest, having a way to interact with it constantly, right? Having it impact this test, having it be a part of different things. And so for Gon to kind of be the protagonist of the show and really the MC and not have those things is just really interesting. Even like Leorio has more of a... Leorio's downside is his greed, right? And there's a beautiful reason for that. And the backstory of that is really fascinating. But the backstory has also led to him really having that sort of connection to greed and also to the way he dresses and the way, you know, he presents himself and the trappings of that. Killua, obviously coming from an assassin family that's taught him assassin stuff, and he maybe doesn't want to be an assassin. Like, that's really interesting. And then Gon's like, well, my dad left and I want to go find my dad. And yeah, it's just really, it's interesting. It's a show where you've surrounded the main character with characters that have more going on than the main character does. And how do you flip that? How do you get to the point where it's really obvious why Gon is who we're following? Other than the fact that he's just like kind of good at stuff. And again, this isn't like a criticism right now. I'm not saying that this is killing the show. It's really not. Like, I think that the ensemble cast of the show is fascinating and really cool. And if we get to the end of the test and these four never really split up, it won't matter, right? Like, if this is a show where these four are just always together, sort of like the Straw Hats or something, then it doesn't really matter who has the most emotional connection, because that emotional connection is present in every episode. I'm more running under the assumption that once they're hunters, they go their separate ways, and like these characters come back and interact with Gon, but it's Gon's story, right? And so that might not be the case. These might be sort of an Ash Ketchum situation where, you know, Brock and Misty are just sort of there for the rest of the journey. But you know, even in that, Pokemon's a great example, right? In that, Ash has the most going on in Pokemon. Misty and Brock have kind of side goals, but the majority of their thrust as like characters is boosting Ash and being present for Ash's victories and being supportive of Ash and being a sounding board for Ash to talk to, so that he's not just talking to Pikachu all the time. But Ash is the one who has the like connection to more personal connection with Team Rocket, the more personal connection with the gyms and the journey of that and becoming the best and wanting to be this, you know, having this goal that the show's building towards. Whereas, you know, this show, it's sort of inverted. And that inversion is interesting in a way that I just haven't experienced much in a show. You know, Demon Slayer, Tanjiro, arguably the other people are better Demon Slayers than he is, right? And it's interesting that there are more people who are better equipped to fight the demons than he is. But at least his emotional connection to being a Demon Slayer is rooted in the same thing as everyone else in that show. But yeah, it's a fascinating way to handle your main character, especially to have him just be so young. But it's cool. It's a good show. Great music. Really, really, really great sound design. I've really enjoyed that. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. Thank you. This was fun. I'm excited to keep going. Hopefully we, I don't know. I wonder how long we're in the test phase for. Because we're at 3. They say it's 5 or 6 tests. We could still be doing test stuff by, like, maybe it's 24 episodes, like a full season of, I guess, Western animation. But I don't know. If you like the video, like, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me comments down below, because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is... There's still not really any women in the show. I'm going to go with... you know what? I'm going to go with Tonpa. I think that Tonpa is... He's like, I had enough fun. And then he's going to watch these guys crush it. And I think that's going to... I think he's realizing that he is a little bitch. And I hope he gets smacked upside the jaw. If you want to follow me on the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly. Do something nerdy tonight.